All right, welcome to the runningrestaurants.com podcast, where we bring you the tips, tools, and techniques you need to make your restaurant more profitable and successful. I'm your host, Jamie Eichel, and today I've got a great one question with episode for you with Shane Go, Chief Product Officer of Weight Busters Dining. Here we go. All right, Shane, I want to dig into something that you folks do all the time. It's like one of your sweet spots where you have a lot of innovations, and that is waitlist management. So talk about the typical situation, and let's go from there. What do you think?
Typical situation that we are the genesis of why we built this and one of the remedy is walking into a restaurant. I'm just using Cheesecake Factory as an example just because it's at the top of my head. But you walk in there, there's 150 people in the lobby. They all have buzzers. Immediately you're intimidated as a consumer coming in there. I've actually seen where people come in, look, walk out, and it's a terrible situation, and it really hinders the experience from a restaurant perspective as well as a consumer perspective. So that's really the pain point we wanted to address.
Yeah, listen, I've been there too, and I as a restaurant guy, you see two things. You see one, the restaurant that's not crowded and everyone else is crowded. And you're like, what's going on? But you see the restaurant that's so crowded that exactly people poke their head in and they go, and they leave. And you know that restaurant missing opportunities, and there's ways to capture those folks. So what are ways or good ways to implement a waitlist solution in an environment like that? So you can really maximize your busy nights. What do you think? So
using solutions that allow your guests to get in the wait line mobily, virtually. In other words, from your website, from your Facebook Messenger, from any type of social media solution, even if it's a voice assistance solution. But allowing the consumers to be able to not be tethered to your lobby is the best way to go about this. And it not only eliminates crowded lobby, eliminates consumers being intimidated not coming in, but having the ability to get in the wait line and then be able to walk around and do shopping. I think consumers will wait an hour and a half or 2 hours for a restaurant if they feel that they have the freedom to move around and kill some time. That's really, I think, is the best experience for both parties.
Well, let me ask you a follow-up question there, because I haven't seen this implemented, and I know you guys do it, but I wanted to 2 points. One is, yes, I love the idea of checking in mobilely ahead of time. Even if it's just, hey, I've decided to go there and I've got a 20-minute drive, and boom, at least I can cut 20 minutes out of my wait. I don't have to get there and so forth. But sometimes you're thinking ahead even more than that, and you can get on the wait list ahead of time. But I wanted to say, hey, that's great. I love that idea. But then Facebook, I haven't seen anybody integrate waitlist stuff into Facebook. What's going on there? What does that look like?
Well, from our perspective, we actually integrate the waitlist situation into Facebook, but more importantly, we integrate it into the Facebook Messenger. We have the ability with our software to provide for restaurants. It's dynamically built as we build the different solutions for the restaurant, for the location. One of them includes a Facebook Messenger chatbot. What's beautiful about that is I would say 90% of folks already have this pre-installed on their phone, so they don't have to download anything. They don't have to try to find a restaurant's website. They just simply go to Facebook Messenger and get in the wait line there.
All right, yeah, you're talking about that like you know about all the time, but like that's probably going to hit people with a little bit new there. So I know what you're talking about. It's like a text. It's like a Messenger's like texting. It's just with inside of Facebook, and yes, a huge number of people already have that ready to go. But where the actual implementation of it, I think, would be the new aspect of it. So you're saying there's a button they hit and put in queue, and then the system goes back and forth and confirms and all that jazz, and then communicates when it's ready. Simple as that, or am I oversimplifying?
No, I mean, those are some of the things that the beauty about waitlisting, and if it's done in a way that not only is beneficial to the consumer, but also to the restaurant, there's a lot of bells and whistles. So yes, to a certain extent, you look from a consumer's perspective, you see that there's a wait line. You go ahead and enter information, including preferences. You click a button, and then boom, you're in the wait line, and then you get constant updates as you progress at the wait line. There's other things that you can do, and some of the stuff that we do that we've seen are very popular is the fact that you can enable folks to actually pre-order their meal while they're in a wait line. And that's beneficial for, for the consumer, because then they can get the meal as soon as they get there. It's also great for the restaurant because then it provides quicker turnaround times for the tables. Another feature that we really see a lot of people, consumers and restaurants loving, is a feature we call Jump the Line. This enables a guest to actually skip a line entirely and go to the head of the line. It's sort of like Santa Pass or Easy Pass, that type of philosophy, for a fee. And we've actually seen locations that are really popular do somewhere between $50,000 and $5,000 per month just on that revenue alone, and very, very happy consumers. So it's a lot of innovations like this that really help the consumer, and also from the restaurant perspective, because, for example, they can sit there, or they can click on a party's name, see their location, see how far away they are from the restaurant, and then send an SMS to them saying, hey, it looks like you might be a little bit late. Would you like to move a spot back? Or would you like to cancel? So it really allows the restaurant to provide excellent service even before the guest arrives in their location.
All right, cool, man. You actually hit a lot there, and I'm just jotting stuff down. But you hit on really now innovations inside of Waitlist, because Waitlist has been around for a while. You show up, you get a buzzer, and then you sit and wait. That was neat at the time, right? That was great, But that kind of look at, in today's world, that sucks. Like, getting a pager and sitting there for an hour, that sucks. And so you're doing a lot of neat things, including getting ahead of it. But you just talked about some newer stuff, the pre-ordering aspect of it. Really cool, changes the turnaround. I've done something similar at a location, because listen, sometimes you want a slow meal and you want to enjoy it. And sometimes you're with the family and you just want to kind of eat fast and move on to the next thing. And so the ability to do that would be beneficial. But let's go to Skip the Line, because I'm based outside of Orlando, capital of how to maximize your dollar and charge you more for stuff. And people will pay to skip the line. Fast pass this and fast pass that. And holy cow, is it a premium, and people are happy to pay it. So let's talk about Skip the Line more, because that is a revenue stream that did not exist, that is straight profit to the bottom line if you can capitalize on. So let's stay there for a minute.
Sure. So it's not only it's not an option, and there's also the option for the restaurant to actually not charge for it if a customer has VIP status, for example. So all of a sudden now you can give this. It's a wonderful feature for VIPs. If you're more of in a tourist location where I'd hate to say that VIPs don't matter, but where you're constantly doing turnover, it's not so much. This is then just a pure revenue stream. One very similar to the Jump the Line is a table selection feature that you also can do. You can go through there, you can actually click on a button, and you see a seating chart, and you can actually, for a fee, select a specific table. And what we're seeing, bunches of locations, especially those that are at resorts where they have an ocean view, for example, they're getting $100 per seating multiple times a day. So that's exactly right. So having this wait line, you're seeing now, or we are seeing, and restaurants are seeing, wow, 2 new revenue sources from existing customers. And it's tremendously profitable depending on your location. So I'm very excited about those.
Yeah, listen, man, as a restaurant owner and hearing those things, you may have thought about them, but you got to be like, holy shit, I can grab some revenue that didn't exist before. You used to take reservations on a book and write it down, and if they didn't show, they didn't show. There's no. That's not where we are today. The airlines are nickel and dime you. People are willing to pay for window seat in this aisle on this day, and it's 25 extra for this seat and 50 for that. And so and now you're doing it for movie theaters. People are doing it for concerts. Pick your seat. People are willing to pay for their premium experience, and some people aren't. Some people want economy and coach, and the same customer can be different on different days. But if you have that special meal for your anniversary and you want to be, to your point, on the ocean view seat, and you can't roll the dice about, being sitting next to the kitchen door with all that stuff. You're like, hey man, today special dinner, boom, $100. Or if you're not price sensitive, boom, $100 to grab that table to make sure your experience is fantastic. So these are revenue streams that did not exist without technology. Not did not exist without technology, but would have been hard to manage without. So, all right, last parting thoughts on Waitlist. What's new? You hit a lot of trending stuff, but what would you leave folks with?
Well, I think what we're going to see, I barely touched on it, but the newest trend is the fact that voice is getting more and more predominant. We have integrated Waitline with Amazon Alexa, and we're doing it with Google Assist as well. And the reason why I think this is really important is not because people have these already all throughout their homes, but they're starting to integrate in vehicles. So this will now, with our technology, restaurants can actually facilitate consumers from their phone, from their dashboard, in their car, to get in a wait line, make a reservation, or order food. I think that's a significant trend, and I feel that we're really ahead of the game on that.
And we're big. I'm afraid to say it. It's something will beep and go off, but we're big Amazon Alexa people in this house, and I probably set off one nearby because I said the wait word. And we're big. We use it for a lot, and then I get the emails every week about the new skills that are involved, and voice is not going away. So restaurants, again, this is new. It's a little bit definitely on the what's coming down the pike side, but voice is coming down the pike, and it includes restaurants. So good stuff there, Shane. Where can folks go to find you? Web, social? What do you got?
Sure. So our website is Weightless Dining. You also can find us on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Good. All right. Awesome. Appreciate it. Folks, that was Shane Go, Chief Product Officer of Weightbusters. You can find all about how they help restaurants improve their results at weightbustersdining.com. That's weightbustersdining.com. And for more great restaurant operations, marketing, service, people, and tech tips, stay tuned to us here at runningrestaurants.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks.